Hi, welcome to my channel. Judy's losing it, and I'm losing it slowly. I just don't know if I'm doing it wrong, but my weight loss has been what I would consider slow. I am, just to give you my stats, a year ago, 2018 in August, on my home scale, I was right around 385. And last time I was on here, I explained why, for a variety of reasons. And so after I had my hysterectomy last year in August, the end of August, I tried to watch what I was eating. And so because the hope was I was going to be able to afford surgery in Mexico, which luckily I was. But I wasn't sure when, and I was hoping the beginning of the year. So I had lost 30 pounds. I was down to 355. And so I thought I was going to be able to do it in February and wasn't able to. And, you know, money problems happen all the time. So finally, I kind of decided go ahead, do it even though it wasn't the best time possible, July 2nd. So I had to start my pre-op diet 5 weeks before surgery. So I started that on May 26, 2019 at 355. Date of surgery, I'm going by my home scale, okay? I'm not, because that's the consistent scale. I'm never going back to Mexico at this point in the foreseeable future, so their scale doesn't matter. Here, mine on July 1st, I weighed 334. So I had lost 21 pounds pre-op diet. And now, as of August 17th, 2019, I am 304, which is 30 pounds down, yay, in 6.5 weeks. So I lose a pound or two, and then I kind of stall and lose a pound or two. Like I said, maybe I'm eating too much. You know, my calories, I do have a hard time keeping them under 1,000, but it usually doesn't go over 11 or 1,200 calories a day. But I'm trying to focus on more water. I'm almost every day I'm getting in at least 70 grams of protein, if not more. So, you know, maybe I'm eating a little too much cheese, but I'm having breakfast right now. This last week is I make a protein shake. And, but dang it, I bought the Vital collagen powder thinking, oh yes, I don't need the biotin pills. I'll just use this wonderful collagen. And it's 70 calories a day. I was a little surprised by that, and I'm very unhappy. So I have a cup of almond milk, my Robert Irvine vanilla whey powder that I use, and now I've got this collagen powder, a handful of I got mixed greens from Trader Joe's, so spinach, a little bit of other things in there, and then about a third of a cup, a little bit more than that, about around a third of a cup of blueberries. They've been frozen up until now, and I've been using fresh because I bought some, and unfortunately it's not quite blueberry season and they're not as sweet as I'd hoped, so I'm just putting them in there. And but that adds up calorie-wise, particularly since I had to add another 70 calories. So that's breakfast. If I don't have that, then I just scramble 2 eggs. And then I'm having a snack. Right now I have had 12 cashews. I've measured them out. And mid-morning, just a little something to tide me over to lunch. For lunch, I have had, well, yesterday I had 5 ounces of tuna salad, and then I cut up a small tomato, not exactly the little grape tomato, but definitely not a big tomato. So kind of like that Campari size tomato, and I cut that up, one of those, and then I had 3 olives for lunch. So I had a pretty substantial lunch. And then for my afternoon snack, what did I have? I don't remember. I have had cantaloupe, which has been delicious. But I gotta say, I love the calories, but I don't like the carbohydrates. But my bariatric center encourages you to have like a cup of fruit in a day. So I've had cantaloupe, and then for dinner last night, you know, I haven't been cooking at home, and this could be another place I'm going wrong, but we've been going out primarily for Mexican food. And so I go out with my brother, and the last week we've been sharing a dish, which is great, because before I would order like chili Colorado with black beans. And so I would, you know, I have like 3 pieces of meat and 2 tablespoons of the black beans, and I kind of stir it all up together, mash it all up, and it's a great like chili meal, totally full, and yeah, it's about 5 ounces of food, and then, but then after having that, by the time I take it home, I have at least 3 to 4 more meals off of it. So with him sharing it with me, you know, brings the cost down, and then also, you know, it works out great. So anyways, maybe that's where I'm doing it wrong. And then for my evening snack, I'll usually have either like one of those chocolate vanilla swirl sugar-free puddings. I'll have like a piece of cheese, like one of those mini bells, and then a what's the other thing? Popsicle, sugar-free popsicle. So I'm still liking those, and yeah, that's kind of my main diet. And but like I said, I'm having a hard time keeping it under 1,000 calories. The nutritionist from the center said, you know, I should be 1,000 calories or less. So maybe that's what's stalling me. I don't know. But after 6.5 weeks, I thought I'd be out of the 300s, and I'm not. But just to add to my sad story, I have to say, I have waited so long for bariatric surgery. You know how long I've waited, years in the making. And in the back of my mind, it's like, this is gonna happen, and oh, Judy, everything's gonna be perfect. I thought it'd take a little while longer before I found out everything wasn't gonna be perfect. But, you know, my leg pain has been so bad. I went to my doctor's twice about it. She checked to make sure there were no blood clots. And then last week I had this vascular ultrasound. So they put cuffs on both of my arms and then both of my ankles. And then they also did an ultrasound. And so when you get a call from your doctor's office saying that we need to make an appointment for you to come in and talk over the results, you know it's not going to be good. Because that's the other thing I've been hoping. Really hoping. I mean, I just turned 61 last week, and it's like, you know, I want to get off my medications. I'm not on that many, but I want to get off of them. I figured with my asthma, I probably wasn't going to be able to, and I also found out from my doctor that my thyroid medication I was probably never going to get off of. But by golly, let's try and get off that high blood pressure medication. Well, now I have, since I was diagnosed, let me read it off the sheet of paper I have right here, peripheral artery disease. Can you believe it? I'm sure I've had it for years, but why now? Why after I've lost, you know, I mean, because it didn't show up till after I lost 40 pounds. and then it shows up. And I'm sorry for whining. I know this is such a first world problem, but ever since at Costco, I don't remember if it was before or after that I made this video. I went to Costco with my brother. We walked and got our groceries. By the time we got into line, my left leg was cramping very badly. And I barely was able to walk to the car. And then when I tried to get in the front passenger seat, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. My leg was killing me too much. I had to get in the back driver's side, and I barely made that. You know, we bought a Suburban. That's my car. And literally I can't get in and out of it at all right now. So finding out that I have this artery disease, basically, it's mild. When I think about that statement, it's mild. And I think about people who are dealing with more serious conditions on this. Oh my gosh. This hurts all the time. I mean, I got back on the 5th of July, and since July 7th, I've been taking, granted it's half doses. I haven't wanted to go full dose because of my stomach, my new stomach, but I've been taking Tylenol 3 times a day. You know, it's just between my calves, my heel, the Achilles heel section on my left leg is killing me, and both of my knees are hurting constantly. I mean, I'm waking up in the middle of the night just kind of like crying out in pain because I moved wrong. So yeah, I'm taking this seriously, but I just also, you know, I am really frustrated. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I've lost weight. I mean, you know, in reality, I'm down 81 pounds since last year. This is wonderful. This is amazing. You know, I'm down 30 pounds since surgery. This is great. I'm very grateful. I'm so grateful for my shrinking body. There's been a lot of changes going on in my body that's very positive. But yeah, I have to say I'm a little bit down right now about this new condition that showed up. So I'm having to add 2 medications. I'm having to add a cholesterol medication, which I'm sure I will be on for the rest of my life, and a baby aspirin. I did contact my nutritionist from the bariatric center in Mexico and asked her if it was okay, and she said yes, that they just didn't want me to take aspirin before the surgery. So yeah, that's my new challenge. I'm excited though. This Monday, this is Saturday that I'm filming this, so Monday on the 19th, I get to go back to the aquatic center and start back on my water aerobics, which I'm really, really looking forward to. I can't walk enough to really exercise, and to tell you the truth, after Costco, it scared the hell out of me. I mean, I could get stranded. You know, my goal up until now has been to, we have this beautiful lake that has a dog park, and they have a trail that goes back for several miles. And, you know, my goal has been to get back on that trail and see, you know, have my dog Sawyer. We could just go and have fun in the evening while it's still light out. And since Costco, I've been more thinking, okay, I need to walk on the street. I need to walk someplace that I can get rescued if I need to be. And getting this diagnosis has only kind of reinforced it. So I have started physical therapy a couple of weeks ago, and it's helped. kind of been focusing on making my thighs stronger, which has helped. And I've been only twice, let's be honest, but twice now in the past week. I have gone around the block walking, and which is about 1/4 mile. And so I also last night walked about 1/4 mile, and by the bay. And so yeah, I mean, and part of what they want me to be doing with this diagnosis is to walk, add to my walking. So start off small and add incrementally to it. So I'm sure I'll find out more about that from my physical therapist. Yeah, so that's my bad news. I do have some good news. You know, I'm grateful the scale's going down, but I've had some non-scale victories too I wanted to share. I'm just getting smaller. My clothes are still fitting. And what does that say? I mean, really, in my mind, what does that say to me? I was wearing these clothes pretty damn tight. They're loose, but they don't look oversized at this point. So I was wearing them very tight. But granted, my clothes are all stretchy. I don't have jeans that don't have stretch. That's just been my life. In fact, last year I had to invest in clothes because I suddenly at, you know, 385 didn't have much that was fitting. So, and I don't yet fit into the smaller sizes that I had bought, but that's okay. I know I will in another month or two. You know, but I'm grateful. I fit in my clothes better. They're nice and loose, and you know, and I'm still able to wear them, which is really nice. Because some people, once they have surgery, they have to start buying new clothes, and you know, I don't really want to do that. So I know I will have to, but yeah, right now my clothes are still fitting. Probably the biggest thing for me in my, I say the Suburban is my car, but I don't really drive it. What I drive is I think it's an old version of a Ford Explorer. So it's, yeah, 90, in the late 90s, I think 97, 98. And I've always had to have the steering wheel pushed up as far as it would go. And I brought it down one. You know, it was the same thing. Last night I had to end up driving the Suburban, and I had to push myself in. You know, I fit closer now. There's less belly. There's, you know, I'm just fitting easier and better in places, which was very exciting. And then my other NSV, I was able to cross my leg, my left leg over my right leg, semi-comfortably. I don't say it stayed that way very long, but I was actually able to do it. And it's been years since I even attempted it. So I felt really good about that. And yeah, so if you're having weight loss surgery, I do have a couple of notes for you. Take photos before the surgery. I took mine 1 week or 1 month after surgery, so I don't have that, you know, first off comparison. And the other thing is take your measurements, because I know how much smaller I am, even with it only being 30 pounds down since surgery. It's, you know, my body has shrunk a lot more than that. So, you know, I go to the movie theater. It doesn't matter which movie theater, whether it's the, you know, like the big Cinemaplex type or the small independent. I just fit in the seats, and I have enough room so I'm not spilling over into my friends or an empty seat. You know, it's like, it's great. Yeah, I just look forward to the day that my knees and legs work better. But, you know, as my doctor reminded me, you are 61. I was like, thanks. But you know, if I were in my 40s, I'm sure it would be a different matter. But with this peripheral artery disease, the whole goal is to manage, make sure it doesn't get worse, and hopefully get the pain to reduce in time. So anyways, that's my story so far, and I will keep sharing. Let me know if you've had surgery or are thinking about it. I think that I know I follow several people, but I don't know who's had surgery recently. I know most of the people I follow are either 3 to 5, 6 years out. So I don't think as many weight loss surgery people are doing YouTube. So if you are, let me know. I'd love to follow you. Anyways, hope things are going well with you, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.